Hey everyone, welcome back to Tranquil Waters by none other than Stevie. Happy hump day! It's Wednesday. I was just doing a crop check. I just think that sounds cool. Yep, just doing a crop check. And, I don't know, I guess our crops look alright. We've got some work to get done this episode. A couple quick things. That's a lime or a bold rock crusher for lime. We can sell that because we're not going to do rocks on this map. And actually, how much do we get? How much do we get for it? How much cash? Whoa, okie dokie. Bye-bye. And what is this? We'll keep our small seed and we'll keep our small fertilizer. I think that might go eventually. $112,000 to get rid of that lime producing thing? Yeah. For a shizzle. We're also probably going to sell this pig barn. And I think we're going to get about 80 grand for selling this pig barn. We are not going to use it. I'm just not in any hurry to sell it, but I think we're going to sell it and put down another pig production here, pig food production, since we are focusing on feed. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. But that was an easy $112,000, which makes me think to go here. Now, I did not install and activate. I need to do that. The used vehicle add-on mod thing that adds more choices to the used market. This thing right here, I think at first I didn't like it because it just kind of struck me as looking the mess. But now the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. I actually quite like it. It's a decent price right now. We do not need it. We really don't need it. Yeah, okay. All right. I gotta focus. We gotta focus on work at hand. What else is going on? I think that's about it. Oh, the Oxbow DLC. Oh man. Yeah. How do y'all feel about the Oxbow thing? You know, well, let's get this going and let's talk about it just a little bit. Brought out the classic 9620. I really like this tractor. Not the horn so much. But I really like these older articulating John Deeres. And, you know, I'm not sure what kind of dirt mask and wear mask it has. I think this one's good. Oh, speaking of, here, I need to work and yap. Let's just go ahead and let's throw a course play at this because we're gonna do. Actually, you know what? Yeah, okay. We need a lime. And I was just thinking maybe we should lime first, but I don't think it matters a whole lot. Let's do a course play. Let's just get it done. So, the other day, it's weird how I swear Google or Alexa or somebody is always listening in. Maybe Siri? I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out. So, have you all had situations where, does that seem off to the left more than normal? That seems off. The screen seems off to the left more than normal. I think it used to be more centered. I did just update Courseplay, so maybe something changed. Number of headlands. We really don't need two. Well, let's try one. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to do sharp, clockwise, up and down, all this nonsense here. There is a mode, but I think it might be in settings where you can tell Courseplay to make every effort to stay on the field. I honestly think that should work pretty good. We'll keep an eye on it. We don't have a lot of obstructions. Just this fencing right here might get to be a little goofy at some point, but we'll see how it goes. So yesterday's episode, I believe it was, I was talking about a Ford tractor. First waypoint, blah, blah, blah. Let's just stick with it for a second, make sure she takes off okay. I was talking about a Ford tractor that I really liked. In fact, it was an old articulating tractor, or as they say, Arctic in the biz. The pros say Arctic, right? I don't know, maybe they don't. That's looking good. That's looking right nice. That didn't have a dirt mask and a wear mask to it. Otherwise, I really liked the tractor. Today, I get an email from a modder that I am following out on itch.io. I am almost confident. I haven't looked at it yet. I totally forgot to do it. I'm almost confident it's that tractor that's been updated, and I swear I think it might be for the dirt mask and the wear mask, or it's a very similar tractor that I totally want to check out. Anyways, that's just a side note. I just think it's weird. It's happened to me before on a few occasions where I'll be talking to a friend about a movie or a TV show or just whatever, right? And either that day or the next, you get an email that is so relative, that relates so much to that you have to believe we're being listened to. We're being spied on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think this thing's going to do quite a nice job. Who's driving today for us? Oh, yeah. Okay, I've had her helping us out in the past. She does a good job. This Ford has plenty of horsepower for this mulcher. I think the mulcher requires like 200, and this Ford is like 500. So I think we're in pretty good shape there. Let's grab the old Case Titan float. Do you all remember, this thing reminds me of, if you're younger, you definitely don't remember these. Well, you might have seen them before, but many years ago, there used to be a thing that you could buy, an ATV, you know how L-train vehicle, you know how they're all quads now? We used to be able to buy trikes. And I think there was a name for them. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But they were very, very popular. They were a very, very popular recreational vehicle. We need lime. I have no idea how much we need. They were a very popular recreational vehicle, but they were tricycle, like this thing. Very short wheelbase. I think you know where I'm going with it already. Recipe for absolute disaster. So, you know, because you mix in recreational, and many people with recreational, that means drinking. You've got a tricycle with a very short wheelbase, and chaos ensued hardcore. I think Honda might have been one of the more popular ones that were made. Let's open up our map real quick. I don't know how badly this stuff needs lime, but I'm pretty sure it does need to be sweetened up. And let's throw up GPS. That is not the... Oh, I don't know why I was looking there. Yeah, that's the right width. Okay. And sold a ton of them. I think I put in the wrong... Yeah, I did. Sold a ton of them. Super popular vehicles. In fact, I remember a buddy of mine's dad... I think we're pretty close there. A buddy of mine's dad had one. Actually, I think they had a pair of them, if I remember. I think he had like a used one, then he ended up buying a new one. Oh my gosh, they were so much fun. You'd see them a lot out in the dunes. They were really popular out there. Yeah, we're making a difference. Okay. Oh, this thing is moving out pretty good. I'll take that 19 miles an hour. Thank you. And just absolute blast. And I think if I remember right too, they were kind of affordable. They were kind of an affordable thing compared to some options that were out there. But unfortunately, they became the most dangerous ATV ever made, and I think to this day they are still the most dangerous ATV that was ever made. These trikes, man, I swear there was a different name for them than trikes, but anyways, you get the idea. I can still, in fact, I think if you go on YouTube, I'm certain you'll be able to find any information you want, like commercials and stuff, watching people just screaming on these things at the dunes, having an amazing time. In fact, if you ever watched, I'm almost sure about this one, if you've ever watched Napoleon Dynamite, when they're, is it their grandma? Or is it their aunt? I think it's their grandma, right? She leaves them for the weekend. Just make some dang quesadillas. You know that deal? Well, she goes out for the weekend, and they show her at the dunes having a great time. But she goes off this hill and just launches. She probably would have done that with a quad. But what was happening was, because they were twikes, they were inherently unstable. I mean, just horribly unstable. Short wheelbase, one wheel in the front, plus they had these massive balloon tires on them, and that's also what kind of was kind of desirable about them, was they did really, really well through both dry and wet conditions. And oh my gosh, they were so much fun. They were just so much fun. Every time I see, they're like the opposite. In fact, if they would have just done, do you ever see those motorcycles? Again, I think there's a name for them. I apologize, I don't remember what the name is. You see those motorcycles that are out that have the two wheels in front and the one in the rear? That is stable. That's a stable design. It's unfortunate that they didn't go that route and they did the, the one wheel in the front and the two in the back. But live and learn, right? There were so many lawsuits. There were civil. I think there was a, what do they call those lawsuits where they involve, I don't know what they're shooting now. Not civil, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, there were a ton of lawsuits. People dying, people getting wrecked, injured, just awful. But I've often wondered if you can still find one of those, sitting around somewhere, somebody's willing to sell, have you sign a waiver, and I just don't know. I don't know. It's a crazy town though, but boy, were they a blast. They were a blast. This isn't lined up the way I want it. There we go. That's looking... It's kind of hard to see that. Oh, wrong way, Brad. Where's our little... Oh, he's way over there. Oh, yeah, I'm way off. Okay. I was expecting him to be a little bit... There we go. Now we're closer. But seeing this instantly reminds me, of course, this thing is obviously not anywhere near the, as being as unstable as that other thing was. Longer wheelbase, plus you're not going 50 miles an hour across. People would hit, I guess what would happen basically is people would hit that, they'd hit that one of the rear tires, they'd be cruising along and you'd hit a stump or a rock or something, and it would catch one of your rear tires and just flip you, instantly flip you. Plus, if you weren't very good at driving it, taking corners at too fast a speed would just throw you off. Yeah, name it, you get the idea. It was a recipe for disaster. Alcohol, I'm sure, was involved in some of these things, but at least with a quad, if you've got a bunch of people drinking, at least they're on four wheels, you know. That probably makes a considerable health difference, I'm certain. Looks like our gal is doing pretty good over there with the old horse mulcher. Looks like she's tearing it up pretty good. Is she going to make it around that fence right there? That was my concern. Is she moving? Is she backing up? Whoops, I need to remember to turn off my... Oh yeah, she's doing all right. Cool. So I'm thinking, did I skip? No, we're good. I'm thinking we are, sooner than later, it's probably going to be a decent idea for us to put down another pig food mixer. And I'm not thinking about another one of Stevie's, actually. I'm kind of thinking another mod that I've got. It's actually cheaper and holds, I believe, it holds a lot more than what Stevie's do off the top. And it's like 20 grand, so it's not that bad. I think we're going to shoot for that. There's also another passive income mod I want to show you before we wrap things up. That based on the price and how much you get per month, we could pretty much just put those down, not lift a finger, and become millionaires in... I mean, it won't happen quick, but it costs less than what it brings in a month, which is fantastic, because you're immediately, I mean, 1 month pays for itself and then some, which is super nice. I don't think our... Boy, I do wish there was a better way interior-wise to be able to see a little bit better of what's going on behind us. You know, this mod is nice. I'm looking at the dashboard and I'm thinking, is that right? Because it looks like it's missing a bunch of stuff there. I don't know how this thing looks in real life, but the dashboard looks not right. That looks good up there. Controls. Maybe that's how it is. Is that just vent? I don't know if that's just vents or what that is. Not using as much lime as I... You gonna line up for me? Thank you. Not using too much lime. Another nice thing with precision farming is I think it keeps the lime usage down a tad. What was it, like almost $900 to fill this thing up? That's not too shabby. So the Oxbow DLC. Let's talk about that for a minute. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Would love to hear your thoughts. Would love to hear your comments. I can tell you that I read excuse me, I'm sorry. I read through a bunch of comments on videos that have been out already. Preview videos over it. Not looking good. People are, again, just not super happy about it, and that's fine. I get that. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. No questions about that. A couple thoughts I had. One, it's $6 US, which I was really happy to see because it's only 3 pieces. So it's $2 a piece, which honestly is not bad. I don't think that's bad for the amount of work that goes into creating these mods from scratch. Because all 3 of these I don't think had any existing assets, so they had to be created from scratch. It's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort. Giants does a great job with their mods or with their base game equipment. I know they're not always perfect, but they're darn good. And I'll argue that to my dying day, because I think that's one area that people don't give Giants enough credit for, is the quality of their work when it comes to equipment and vehicles. These Oxbows look fantastic. Of course, the proof will be in the pudding when we get them. I'll be buying it. I always do, regardless. The only piece of equipment on there that I'll probably ever use, if I'm being honest, is the merger. Is that big stinking merger that's coming with it. I think it's like a 22, 25 foot, something like that merger. It's a big boy. That thing looks pretty sweet. Otherwise, I don't do a lot of grapes. If I do grapes, if I actually grow grapes, I think all the grapes I've done so far have been is it Omatanas? It's somebody's mod where you just place down pre-built orchards. That's what I do. So you don't need a grape harvester. I've done olives. We all know about the olives. Done olives. This thing, I guess it comes with a grape harvester, is my understanding, if I'm not mistaken. It looks really sweet. It's a combo fertilizer sprayer, I think grape harvester. It looks nice. Not something honestly, it's probably not something I'm ever going to use. And then what was the second one? It was so they had the grape thing. The slurry digestate tanker spreader, I think is what it is. Actually, it's a trike as well, much like this. Again, I never do much with slurry and digestate as far as actually spreading it, laying it out for fertilizer. Maybe I will at some point do more, but again, it's another pack that, one of the common threads I heard in the comment section was, I wish Giants would bring out more American equipment, and that's something I've heard a few times with different things, like, why aren't they bringing out more American equipment? And by that, you can obviously include Canada, right? I don't know. My first guess would be, well, I don't know. I don't know what their market is. I don't know what their sales are like. If you took all of their North American sales and compared it to all the rest of the world, or even just Europe, I have no idea how that would even pan out. Yeah, that would be my first thought, is, they're catering to their biggest audience. That, and the fact that, well, they're in Europe, right? They're in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. So it does kind of lend itself to being a little bit easier for them to work with European manufacturers, I would think. I think I heard one time when they brought John Deere into the game. Am I wrong about this? Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't the base game John Deere's, at least originally, they were all European design John Deere's. I don't think they had any North American John Deere designs. Which, for me personally, I'm not that picky. Don't hit the fence, Brad. I'm not that picky. Like, I know people that... Oh, did we just run out? We're almost out. I know people that can look at... Like, I could be looking at a 9... Let's just say a 9RX. A European one. Brad, turn off your stinking thing there. I could be looking at a European 9RX and an American 9RX side by side. Well, maybe side by side, I might know the difference. But otherwise, for the most part, they look pretty darn similar to me, at least. And I know there's people that obviously can tell the difference, and you know, oh, the mirrors are different on the North American models. I think I can tell, like, I can see, like, with warning signs and stuff, they're definitely different. Us here in the States, I don't think we're quite as strict about how much reflective materials and warning signs and all kinds of stuff on our vehicles. I think if you throw an orange triangle on the back of your tractor, you're pretty much good to go. But I'm not sure what the current regulations are, but I don't think they're very strict. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So, hey, I get it. You know, I honestly think it's harder for giants to get contracts with North American producers. Now, they have done it. Obviously, they've done it before. Who was that one? The yellow brand. Shoot, has like my favorite self-propelled baler in the game. Well, it might be the only self-propelled baler in the base game. Why can't I remember the stinking brand, Brad? You guys are saying it. I know you're saying it. You always remember what I forget. Where would I find it? Where is... Well, it's got to be here somewhere. There it is right there. Yeah, Vermeer. I knew that. So, Vermeer, American brand. They've done it. They can do it. I have to believe it's probably more difficult and much more time-consuming, maybe, than dealing with European partners. I don't know what all the equation is, but I do understand people's frustrations when it comes to trying to get more equipment that you're familiar with. Yeah, I don't know. I have to believe too, though, that there's other, like, what if you live in Spain, or if you live in Portugal, or I don't even know where we left off. I think this is somewhat close. Or let's say you live in Russia, or, you know, it's not like Giants comes out with a bunch of equipment that necessarily matches those regions on the regular either, you know. So I guess my feeling is they can only do so much. It's $6. I was super happy about that. I think we just found where we left off. If it would have been another $10, really, Brad, really? If it would have been another $10, I think a lot more people would be in an uproar. Honestly, I think $2 a piece is pretty fair. Now, whether you like it, that's another story. Totally up to you, how you game, but it is what it is. We're getting Oxbow. I remember having an Oxbow. Ooh, gonna have to repair that fencing right there. I remember us having an Oxbow merger in FS17. I really liked it. It must have just been a mod, but I distinctly remember an Oxbow merger that I used quite a lot in FS17. I'll have to look and see if I can find that, just out of curiosity. But yeah, I distinctly remember some Oxbow stuff back in the day. But always good to have an additional new brand. Always good to have new equipment. $6, not too bad. Not going to break the bank. You know, it is what it is. But my understanding is that is then officially the last DLC of the year for Season 2. Besides the premium pack that's going to be coming. And that'll be it for Season 2. Kind of crazy. And then football starts. Woohoo! Oh, I am so ready for some football. Holy cow. Football and hockey. That's really it for me. Football and hockey. I honestly think if those were the without question, if those were the only two sports I could ever watch again, I'd be all right with that. I don't watch basketball. Never have really been a basketball fan. Baseball in the playoffs. Yeah, I can watch some playoff baseball. But otherwise, you know. Let's take a quick peek ski at... Oh, look at the timing there. Holy cow. Couldn't have planned that better. Thank you, darling. Appreciate that. Whoa, I just called myself darling, I think. Very, very nice to wrap up that mulching. Let's take a quick look at our John Deere. I'm not seeing dirt. Well, wait a minute though. Is that a little bit of dirt on the tires? Maybe it's just a slow dirt. And maybe because we're on this, maybe it doesn't dirt up as fast. Get dirty as fast, dirt up as fast. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of dirt on you, bad boy. Maybe a little bit. Most certainly, our horse is looking a little dirty. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. I think we need to put the wrapper on it. Starting to feel more at home on Tranquil Waters. We haven't gotten out much yet. We will though. I know we've been spending a lot of time just here at our home base, but we will be getting out. We'll be getting out to more of the map, probably both with selling and getting some land expansions. So we'll get out there. There's a lot of room and places to discover out there in Tranquil Waters. Beautiful map too, really beautiful map. Stevie's done a really nice job. I hope you're all enjoying it. I really do. It's important to me, obviously. If I don't want to be the only one sitting here having fun while you're all going, you know, it's kind of a bummer. So I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts on the Oxbow. I would be super interested to hear what you think. I would say the majority that I have read so far have been more negative than positive. But, you know, maybe that's human nature sometimes. I don't know. Most importantly, though, you all have an amazing Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. As always, make sure you take care of each other. Super important. One day I will tell you why taking care of each other is that important. if you haven't figured it out yet. And we will be back. We'll be in Haggenstedt tomorrow, Thursday, for some Throwback Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. I might do some a little more limey. I must say our case is kind of growing on me. I quite like this Mamba Jamba right here. Kind of a cool little rig. The week is coming to an end quickly. It's kind of crazy. It's been going by fast. Anyways, I'll stop talking. You all take care. Bye for now.